Choose your heart. A lot of us are working hard towards things that don't even matter. You're working hard in that toxic relationship. You're working hard in that dead-end job. You're working hard in your wellness journey, but then you know, have a little cheat meal, cheat week here and there, and then you result back to zero, right? You go back to the starting point. A lot of us are working hard towards things that don't even matter. See, you're doing things that are comfortable for you. You're doing things that produce results in the quick, like in real time. You're going to that job day in and day out, slaving away with the boss that you don't like, with a job that really isn't, you know, satisfying you. But you know that every 2 weeks you're going to have a paycheck. You know that you have health benefits, you know, health insurance. You know that, you know, every week you can, you know, say these are the hours you're going to work, right? It's reliable. It's consistent. Versus God, who is calling you to step out and be an entrepreneur. You don't know what the hours are going to be. You don't know necessarily when you're going to get paid or how much you're going to get paid sometimes. And it's hard in your mind because you're used to doing something a certain way. But choose your heart. Because right now, it's hard for you to go to that job. It's easy to receive a paycheck, but it's hard for you to go to that job. You go because you know, okay, I'll get paid in 2 weeks. And being an entrepreneur seems harder to you. And I'm not going to say that being an entrepreneur is necessarily easy, especially at first because it's unfamiliar. A lot of times, it's not even that it's hard. It's just new. It's unfamiliar territory, and so you feel vulnerable because you're stepping into something you've never done before. But would it not be better to step into the unknown, trusting that God has you, working towards something where you might struggle a little bit in the beginning, but then in the long run, it produces greater results? The truth of the matter is that job that you're working is not going to produce generational wealth. The truth of the matter is that toxic relationship is not going to lead to marriage. The truth of the matter is you working out 1 week, not the next, eating clean one day, not the next. It's not going to produce you results. It is consistency, and it is determination, and it is stepping out on faith and doing the hard thing now so that you can see the good thing later. Stop settling for quick results. Stop settling for instant gratification. The thing with God is sometimes you're going to have delayed gratification. More often than not, you're going to have delayed gratification. And that's really what is hard for a lot of us, is that we don't want to wait. We don't want to wait to see that money come in. We don't want to wait to see the results from working out and eating clean. We don't want to wait to see, you know, what it's like to be single and to heal before God sends that person. And so we jump from one person to the next. We go to one friendship to the next, right? Because you don't like to be alone. And so you're just reaching for something, anything. It's hard to heal. Let's talk about that, right? It's hard to heal. It's hard to allow Christ to dig up and dig up those old wounds that you had buried for so long, but he wants to heal you. Yes, it is an ongoing process, but he wants to heal you. Choose your heart now. Do you want to continue being toxic, which is very hard? It might seem easy, but it's very hard holding on to all that baggage, all that trauma, you know, bleeding out on people that did nothing to you? Or do you want to go through the healing process, which is also hard, but in the long run, it yields the greater result? God wants to take you through the hard thing now so that you'll have it better in the end, right? Not necessarily easy, but better in the end, right? And a lot of us, this is another thing where we have gotten so fixated on this soft life era where we see these people and they're by the poolside and their lives just seem so easy and aesthetic, and we think that we're supposed to have that. God will give you a good life. If you are a Christian, a believer, he will give you a good life. But that life might not look like the life that you see on social media or on TV or in magazines. That might not be the life that he has called you to. Your life might be a quiet life, countryside, just something quiet, but it's nice, it's yours, it's clean, it's safe, right? That might be the life God has for you. It might not necessarily be the most aesthetic thing, right? You can't necessarily put it in HGTV, but it looks nice for what your taste is, right? A lot of times we're trying to tailor our taste to other people. When did individuality become such a bad thing? We're called to be unique. We're called to be different. I say all that to say, choose your heart, right? To sum it all up, choose your heart. It's hard to fast from the flesh, but in the end, you grow closer to God. It's hard to step out on faith and start your own business or do something that God has called you to do, but in the end, it leads to financial breakthrough, generational wealth, right? Freedom in your time, right? You get your time back. Come on now. And also, the thing is, sometimes when you're building something with God, there might be a season where you have to do both. You might have to work that part-time job or that full-time job that you hate, and then when you get off, work on the thing that God has called you to do. You might have some sleepless nights. That's hard. You might have to get up earlier than normal, right? Maybe you used to get up at 7 a.m., 6 a.m. You might have to start getting up at 3, 4 a.m. to do what God has called you to do, and then go to your full-time job, and then get off and still work on it for a season. Do the hard thing for a season. It's not forever. Do the hard thing now so that you can yield the fruit from it later on. All right, that's it. Love y'all so much.